Hi, my name is Andrea and welcome to my reading road. So it's time for February's TBR game, and well, before going right into it, I'm going just to give a quick update for my January TBR game. So for January, I read 2 of the books I got on my game, and I'm in the middle of two others that I will probably manage to finish before the end of the month, but I haven't finished as of this recording. And well, one of them I not going to finish because I haven't managed to start it at all, and that book is The Blade Itself by Yu Abercrombie. Luckily, I do have February as well to read this, so this will be on the February TBR as well, even if I don't put it for a prompt. But otherwise it was rather successful month. I read a lot of books outside of the ones I got on the TBR game, so I'm pretty happy with the start of the year. So now we go right to my rolls. So let's do my February rolls. So I ended January on VTR 2023 collection, so we continue from there with 5 rolls. And the first one is 12. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Reading challenge. Alright. That's a good one to start on. Let's take the second. We have, let's see, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And I finally get to go in a step. And we have the TBR card again. So, and for the third one, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's a randomize. Let's see. And for the randomize thing, I have got this a jar with pieces of paper with book titles on it. So I will be picking one of those up later. Let's see. Then we have number 4. Let's see. That's 13 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. And it's a year gold book as well. And now for the last one. And it's a 12. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it's an audiobook. And that works perfectly. So it's a short month and it looks really promising for the prompts. And I'm coming back with the books I picked for this prompt in a minute. So one of the prompts I had was randomized, and for this I have this jar as I showed. So I'm just going to pick one of the books in this out. The different color of the paper is determine the format. I believe the white ones are books on audio. Let's see. can't remember if it's the yellow or the orange ones. I believe it's the yellow ones are the ebooks and the orange ones are the physical books, or vice versa. I can't really recall which ones I use for which at this moment, but we'll see. So let's see. I'm trying not to see what format I get. It's an audiobook. And let's see if I can open. Music as a mirror of history. And I'm not sure you can see it, I can barely read it myself, so but that's what it say. And this is a non-fiction about music through history, pretty much the title says it all. And this is another book I'm going to read, and well, that's number one. So he's got one audiobook done, and I know I have another audiobook as well, because one of the prompts was audiobook, and I know I'm not going through these in the order they came up, but anyway. So the audiobook I chose for the audiobook prompt was, let's see, Secrets of Greek Revival, or Secrets of the Greek Revival. I can't remember if it's in there, but from what I can recall, very little, it's about, I believe it's an old house they try to renovate and there's a ghost involved. It's not a horror book from what I could gather, more like a mystery, so I'm looking forward to get to it because it has me slightly intrigued and I'm not knowing too much about it going in, so hopefully I will like it. And for next prompt is year goal prompt. I'm going from the bottom up now. So year goal prompt, I haven't gone through what books are on my year goal prompt yet, but I do it someday. But one of them on it is The Sword of Shannara. This is omnibus, but I'm only going to put the first book in this omnibus on it. So I read The Sword of Shannara in this trilogy and hopefully get around to the other two later. But I'm looking forward to this classic fantasy. I've heard it's a bit like Tolkien, and some might not like it, but I haven't read much like blatantly Tolkien inspired. I haven't read Wheel of Time yet either, but I'm looking forward to it. I've read like the first 3 pages on like some sample before I bought this, so I believe I'm going to like it, and I'm looking forward to try it. Let's put that one down. Can just play itself with it as well. And then I have the prompt TBR card again. So I did not film me picking a book from there, but this time, but I picked up Beach Read by Emily Henry because I felt like something more romance or contemporary after reading a lot of comics and mystery in January. So hopefully this will pick it up, and I could wait to read this in summer, but I'm not much of a seasonal reader, so I don't follow the vibes that well. So it goes just as well right now, because now I'm in the mood for it. Then the last prompt I had was reading challenge, and the reading challenge I chose for this was Sword Upon, and I haven't done any of them, not even the January ones. And the January one was Life and Death. So the book I picked for this was The Storied Life of A.J. Fickery, this book. So I'm probably going to do this on audiobook as well, because I have both the audiobook, well, I have access to audiobook and have it on ebook. So hopefully I like it. I heard good things and bad things. I believe it's about a man owning a bookstore that adopts a child. That's what I can recall of them. So we'll see where I land on this one, if I like it or not, but we'll see. And if nothing else, I have checked off one of the challenges for the Swardathon. And in addition to these reads, I also put some additional reads on this month as well. If I can get to them, I might prioritize them over it. But one of them I got from the library is Geliamash Eposat, and I've been trying to read this once before, and well, I put it down. But I do want to read this one because it's one of the oldest legends that we have, and I know a few things about it because of pop culture, but I'm looking forward to reading the originals of what I know, you can call it. Next is more poetry, Ena halvan av månen by Yin Lishuan. This is, well, that translates to one half of the moon, and this is by a Chinese poet, and I believe it said it's the first time it was translated into Swedish, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. I've read like 3 rows of the introduction, and I was interested just by her as a person. Seemed very interesting, so looking forward to seeing what I think of this. I don't read that much poetry, so it could be a hit or miss, we'll see. Next are some books that I already started that I need to finish. One of them is Heaven's Official Blessing, Volume 2. I'm about close to 100 pages into this one, and I want to finish it and continue the series later. I'm really enjoying this one. It's pretty much about this prince that ascended into godhood 3 times and was cast down 2 times, and now he's trying to, well, establish his place, and he goes on a lot of mission investigating, and it's just entertaining. And I will mention that some of the description and the environment are horror themed sometimes. There are scenes that I find a bit disturbing, but I do enjoy the humor and sometimes the absurdity of the things her characters get into, regardless of which of her books you read. So I'm looking forward to continue this story. Then we also have Shogun. I'm falling behind on this one, so I might make it in 3 months, but I definitely won't make it to the first mark in January, obviously. But hopefully I can finish it entirely by the end of March. I believe I have to read like 16, 17 pages a day to keep up. We'll see how I manage, but it has to take the time it takes. I will be reading it until then anyway, so it's on the list this month as well. Then I'm also putting well, the first book in this theology, which is A Shadow in Summer, by, Daniel Abraham. That's the first book in the whole price quartet. So the long price quartet. Sorry. But I'm more than halfway through the first book, so I need to finish this one, and hopefully I will manage it in February, and if not, in March. We'll see. So those are the books I had to read this month, and we'll see if I get through all of them in the shortest month of the year, or well, I know at least one I won't be getting through, but hopefully I manage somehow with the rest. We'll see. And I will likely read a couple of books that's not even on this list, because that's always seems to happen, but hopefully I'm going to do as well next month as I did this month, and I hope you have a good month in February, and tell me what you're reading in the comments, and if you read any of these books, what you thought about them, and I just want to hear your opinions on them. But I hope you have a good reading month and have a good day. Bye.